Okay, so race day. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really hot today. I packed a lot of water, Gatorade and such, got my tent out like normal. Apparently a lot of box turns on the course today, which I'm kind of worried about because that's just turbo lag for me. But oh well, we'll figure it out. I'm just gonna take a read over my notes pretty soon and then do the course walk soon, and it'll be a lovely time. So here we go. All right, so these shoes. Funny story behind these shoes. I got them in like grade 9 or something, and I tried to wear them to school, but they were like literally too distracting to wear. Like whenever I walked, it was just like so annoying. And so I got my sim rig like not even a year ago, and I've been like, the first time I used it, gamed hard, and then my heels hurt so bad from using it, and so I was like, man, I need some shoes. I go downstairs and sure enough, these are staring me in the face. So these are my sim rig shoes, and I'm gonna wear them racing today. We're gonna see how it goes.
Hi, here is the analysis for round 3 of Street Cats Autocross. This day was quite hot. Everybody was struggling with the heat. I brought a lot of water and a cooler full of, water, ice, a couple Gatorades and stuff like that. So I will go through the course really quick here. So out of the stop box, we have a little curve to the left into a box turn. This box turn was very, very tight. A little gradual left into a sweeper right. And then this is a little bit of a slalom here, coming into a right hairpin, into another little slalom back. And this wasn't really a box turn, it was kind of big. And then a little curve to the right. Now that curve was cool because it was easy to just kind of let the car follow a line, but it was difficult to get any more speed out of it, I found. And same thing here, it was a large sweeper to the left, and then we go back the way we came after the box turn, through the box turn again, and then into the stop box. Now, this course was higher speed than the last one was, which was cool. I thought my car was going to do better than it did, and it was a lot of fun. But I just kind of struggled with, I think the heat had a factor in it. I'm not going to blame it all on the heat because everybody was dealing with it. But I ended up getting third in both categories, that being third in the pack score and third in raw time. The two people who got second in both of the categories were two different people. One of them was an old built Civic for raw time, and then the other one for PAX time was an 03 Impreza WRX. And then the guy who got first was a guy who came in from out of town, unbelievably fast guy, gave me a lot of advice, and I'm really happy he came down. I hope he comes out to more events, or I hope I can go to some of the events in Kelowna to check it out. And so yeah, these are just my first couple runs, trying to feel it out. I have the rookie and the passenger here with me. I was going first in my group. And then so yeah, I was feeling getting into second here was probably the best idea. So yeah, I thought I did okay on the slaloms this time. This corner messed up a lot of people, and I'm happy I got into it pretty well. I didn't feel like I was losing any speed. Here I felt like I was losing a lot of speed throughout the day, just because it was kind of like an awkward way around. The guy who came in from out of town was telling me, like, dude, you need different tires. He said that me and Jovi, the guy who beat me out for raw time last round, he said that me and him, if we had tires, would have been up with him, and he was 4 seconds faster than me by the end of the day. It was 4 or 3 seconds, I can't really remember. I think it was 4. And it's just crazy. He was driving a Focus RS, built it for, well, didn't really build it, he just put on different rims and tires for Autocross, which you need to keep the stock width. You can go up or down in diameter by 1 inch. So if I'm on 17s, I can go 18 or 16 and still be within my class. So he sized up and went, I don't know what the stock Focus RS rims are, but he went up in diameter, got a little bit of a wider tire, and he was just absolutely killing it throughout the entire day. It was unreal. I wish I got one of his laps on my GoPro here. So, okay, before I do this, I want to go over this from last time. This was the notes that I took from my last video, and I want to see if I did well in these. So we're in the first session right now. My goals were to feel the course out, try different things and get used to it, find out the breaking points and where to release brakes. That has been something I've been kind of obsessing about for the past little while. Is like, I think it's easy enough to know generally when you need to hit the brakes, but it's when you get off the brakes that's super important, especially with autocross, because it's more about carrying your speed rather than building your speed back up. Because yeah, there was some great cars like the Focus RS, like an Audi TT and stuff like that have more power than mine, but at the end of the day it's more about carrying the speed through and not just using that power on the little straightaways or higher speed sections that you do have. And it's not even high speed, it's mid speed if anything. So I feel like releasing the brakes is a really important thing with autocross. And that's what I was doing for the first 4 laps. So for our sessions, we did 4 laps for each group, then 3 laps for each group. Then we broke for lunch, and then we did the same thing in the afternoon. So this was, I think, first session was really good. I was just focusing on staying smooth, like I said here. And here I was just focusing on trying to carry speed through. That was a pretty good turn. And then the sweepers. Yeah, I feel like this turn was okay. I probably shouldn't have had my windows rolled up, or rolled down, but I did throughout the day because it was so hot. I don't think I would have lived without them. So yeah, that through there, like, this little midsection, I feel like I lost speed, but I can't really tell for sure. I'd have to watch other things. And that was a bad return on the box. And that was good into the finish. So this is 3. Okay, this is my third lap. The one before was my 4th lap, but it doesn't really matter because this guy was still here. Oh no, I've already seen that one. Never mind. So I believe this is before lunch. No, it's not. That was a good slalom.
Yep. I lost speed there for sure.
Yeah, I hit a cone there. This might have been my 2nd or 3rd run. I don't know why everything's so spread out here.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is still me trying to figure it all out. This one looks like the same. Yeah, that looks like the same lap. Okay. So yeah, I think this is second session, one of my 3 laps. So I shifted a little later there. That was okay on the box. Now, so the guy that was driving with me, I was like, I had to drive with him because that's the way that it works. Our rookies drive with experienced drivers for a few laps, and then we go with them for a few laps. And when I think he hit the sweeper harder than me on like his first couple laps, and then that brought me back to this. No, this. Coming into sweepers faster, and I did that throughout the entire day, starting at the second one, because right here, I wanted to go into sweepers wider. I feel like I kind of struggled figuring out like where I could be on the braking. I feel like I changed it up throughout the day and didn't get any consistency. But I was just struggling to, I don't know, I don't want to say I was struggling to keep traction, but it was just like there are a few spots where I was just kind of dead in the water, and I felt like I could use better tires, which I will have better tires for next event, but on a different car. Oh yeah, this was a DNF. I missed that cone. And I was coming around pretty fast there too. It just slipped away from me. The cone came out of nowhere. So yeah, this run was kind of botched because of it. Still try to get some decent practice, but so this lap, this is definitely before lunch. It looks like it's bright enough. Now, I was trying to turn into that one later. I think that was another thing that I had written down. Tight corners. Yeah, so I wanted to turn into the box turns and stuff like that a little bit later, because I just felt like that would carry more speed, and I was trying to do that throughout the day, and I felt like it was carrying a lot more speed, but still that box was so tight I was really struggling with it. Here I slowed down way too much there, that was okay, but still. Now coming through here, now the cool part about this was it was so wide open coming into this turn, because you have this, so you come out, you do a little slalom piece, and then you get this wide open spot, like everything here you can be driving on. I think I found a really good line that wasn't like you turn in too straight and then you turn again after, but you connect it nicely and have it be smooth. So that was another thing. I was staying smooth and connecting those lines, which was awesome. So second session, I definitely was trying new things, just kind of like just changing it up on a few turns, like turning in more on the hairpin or going a little bit wider on it and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it was a good session. I think this is still session 2, maybe not. I need to keep better track. I need to start taking videos of it. So this is where I go in faster. I can definitely tell it there. That was a good slalom. And then yeah, you want to try and take like a tight line there. I felt this middle section, like as much as I say I lost speed here, it was a lot of fun to drive, like connecting those lines and feeling smooth. This might have been my favorite course, that we've had. Oh yeah, right there. You can see it in my mirror. I love this one. You can just hear it in the car, the vibrations. It was ridiculous. That killed my tires. Like, they still have tread on them and I can still drive on them, but they have little spots on them where they started peeling from the sides. And then the last sweeper wasn't too bad. Like, it was, I feel like by the end of the day, I was building up enough speed and boost where I just had to let off the throttle and then get back on it, which is really great. So I think second session was good. Like, I made sure to review my notes before every session, and then I was thinking about it every time I was on the line. I was thinking, okay, this is what I got to be doing right now. And I was thinking about, all of this stuff that I wrote down. So I think we're into third session now. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll talk about third session. So tightening up the sloppiness. It was a hard track to do that on, if I'm being honest. Yeah, this would have been third session, I think. That was good on there. I feel like I was really quick, like, out of the gate here. And then there, I went a little too fast into it. But that's where I feel like if I had better tires, I would have hooked up better. Obviously, yeah, but you see, like, my tires just weren't holding me. And I didn't want to slow down anymore because of boost pressure, so I would really like to get new tires, which I probably won't for this year. But we'll see how it goes next year. And then there, yeah, I just turned my wheel too much and I was just understeering into that. I should have slowed down, turned my wheel later. But yeah, I was just trying to carry too much speed through it. And I feel like the heat definitely affected it. Like, everybody was dealing with that kind of stuff, especially Jovi, because he's in his 8.6 on bad tires. And he was sliding all over the place. He did really well because of it, though. But yeah, the heat was just crazy. That was probably the best line I took through there. It looked like the fastest. But yeah, you can...
Turn, you fuck. Turn, you fuck.
Beauty. So this is a pretty good line through here in the middle. I don't know, I just kind of felt like I found a pretty good line and I was struggling to get any more speed out of it. Like, my car may have been capped out just from the track. Like, I feel like I did a good job. It's just, I feel like I would have needed better tires for better results, and I hate saying that, which I'm probably wrong. There's more stuff I could have done for sure. This is last session here. So, fourth session, put it all together. This is where I was kind of like, okay, this is it. It was really hot. I wasn't, I was trying to, I don't think I got a best time here at all. I don't even remember which one was my best lap time, but, yeah. See, I was kind of stressed out. I was like, yeah, let's get this show on the road. I had some good starts. That was another thing written on there. They were all really consistent. That was another good line through there. I feel like I should have slowed down a little bit more there. So, coming into here, brake here going straight, like towards this cone here, instead of turning in right away, and then turn my wheel like where I am now so that I can get around a little bit easier and then have a more straight shot there. And here I really like this line where, you know, just how the cones are set up. It was just a nice smooth transition through all of them. And then here, I didn't feel like I could stomp on it as much as I wanted to, but yeah. And I was really struggling with that box by the end of the day. So I think that, let's see why. So I think I had more speed going into it from this way. And I was pretty conservative on the braking there. Or I was pretty heavy on the braking there, I think, but like the other ones, I feel like I was going in too fast, so maybe that'll be another note. So from round 3, brake earlier into box turns. Ooh. Yeah, so I was kind of upset with that one, I think. Struggling for these ones. Yeah, they're like, I went too fast into it. That was a good sweeper. Nothing there. It's just understeer. Like this last, like I think it was not a great last session. Okay, there. I could have went faster. Like I could have pumped the gas a little more here and then got closer to this cone because it would have given me a smoother line going into there, I think. Yeah, like it's just, there was so many spots here where my tires just wouldn't let me turn and car was starting to vibrate and everything. So I think it was just too hot. Having some better tires would have been nice, but oh well. So this is last run of the day. I was not happy with this one. I don't think I was anyway. From what I remember. Yeah, because that happened. And then I just kind of cruised it the rest of the way. Which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. I'm still happy with the result that I got. Podium finish, I guess, but I feel like I could try and deal with... Do I say anything here? No, this wasn't the last lap. One of these other ones was. I think this one was the last lap.
Oh, that was a shitty lap.
That might, I don't remember which one was which, but yes, I think it was a good day. However, yeah, it's just... Okay, I did a good job following my notes from last time. I tried to do this to the best of my ability. That box turn killed me. And I think I did as good as I could on it. But when it started to heat up, there wasn't much it could do. I stayed smooth throughout the day, especially in that middle section, which was great. I loved that. That was my favorite part of the track. It was just so smooth to drive it. I feel like I would want better tires to try and get more out of that now, so that I can play around with it a little bit more instead of being so on rails, I guess. I want to have a little bit of play in it, so I can put a little bit more gas into it going into, you know, one spot, and then brake a little more or something. Just being able to play around with it a little more, because I felt like I was very stuck in what I was doing. Uh, I did try and stay wider on a couple of the turns. I don't think wider was any better. There was a really good line that I took that I showed earlier where it was just clean right through the sweeper. I hit the apex really well and then came into the slalom really fast. Um, I didn't hit many cones. I only hit like 3 throughout the day. Uh, my starts were good. They were consistent. I did come into the sweepers faster. Um, Now this one, I think this is something that I definitely need to do more. Um, I was really trying to do it, but you just get so caught up in the moment, and I'm not sure if I was doing it like subliminally or whatever. Um, like I generally know where I should be driving. I know where the fastest line is, but I feel like I could be thinking about it more in depth and seeing, okay, you need to be accelerating here. You need to be, you know, letting off the brake here, and just finding those key points in the line. That'll be a note. Finding key points in release points. Um, so, hey, look, I got a submarine on my seat. um, I'm happy with. I don't know. I feel like I should be more happy with how it went down. Um, but it's just the heat kind of took away from it. I think it's the same thing as it would be if it was rainy. Um, you know, there's that factor that's getting away from the perfect runs for you, and I don't feel like any of my runs were perfect. It was still enough to get me third in both categories, which I'm very happy with. It was a good day. It was just really hot, and just those times where my car was understeering and I felt like I was turning the right way were really taking away from it, because I felt like I needed that speed going into the corner to go faster, but I don't think that braking and dealing with the turbo lag after would have been any better. So my I felt like my tires were kind of limiting me in a way. That is a bad excuse. There probably was more that I could do. Um, let's check it out. Just with this one. So I was okay coming through it here. I think I braked later here, from what I can tell. Because my tires squealed right there. So I kind of braked a little bit later than I normally do. Got good speed into it. Then we're coming back around. And yeah, I was really conservative there and my tires still squealed. So it was just kind of like it was greasy. And everybody was dealing with it. I feel like most of the stuff that you would have had to do would have been in the morning when it wasn't as hot, but um, oh well, it is what it is. So next autocross event, I should have a different car. Uh, I'm importing a 2003 Toyota Vitz RS. I'm extremely excited for it. I have gotten some new rims and tires already. They're on the way. I still need to find headlights so it'll pass inspections and stuff, but otherwise it should be good after that. I'm planning on using that for the next event because I don't want to get new tires for this. And I guess we'll see how it goes down. Hopefully it won't be as hot. But yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna keep these strategies. Thinking about key points below. So brake earlier into box turns, full brake, and release timing are the key. So yeah, it's pretty much just around braking, but it's going to be really different because I'm going from my all-wheel drive, like 268 or whatever it is horsepower car that's 3,200 pounds to a car that's 2,200 pounds with like 100 to 110 horsepower. I've seen a bunch of different things on them. I've seen 105, seen 110, but I'm really excited to be getting back into a little hatchback. I love them. They're so much fun. I'm not going to do well in PAX time because I am in a higher class. I have gotten rims that are 1.5 inches wider than stock, so that first off is going to up my class. I don't have anything else done to the car, but I'm just going to drive it like that. And I'm getting better. Like, I have better tires. I've ordered Hankook RS4s, which are an endurance tire because I want them to last for the next couple months, driving it throughout the summer and all of next summer, doing these events and driving it all the time. So I want to make sure that I'm not, sewering myself and just getting a really a really flimsy tire that might do well in some events, and if it does like crap out at the end of the year, I will probably get some like Nito tires or something like that, and something that's fast and sticky, so the last few events I can really do well. But yeah, it's gonna be about finding out about the new figuring out how to race it. So it's gonna be, it's still about carrying speed because I mean it doesn't have any power, so the places where the WRX shines is where it can crawl out of a corner really, really well, like especially those like mid-speed corners. But like the box turns would kill that. On the tires that I'm going to be on, I feel like I will do better at the box turns and the slower, more like the slower sections. So like coming into the midsection here, here's where the Vitz is going to do great because I have a lot less car to turn in here. I'm going to be able to rip right through, stomp on the gas right here, and just hold it the whole way through here. Maybe not throughout the slalom, I might have to let off, but it'll be able to handle this section really, really well. But then it's going to crap out right here compared to the WRX, and the WRX is going to make up any time there. So I don't think I'm going to be as competitive as I was the last two events using the WRX, but I'm really happy that I'm going to be getting into a different car, one that is low kilometers. It has like 55,000. And I'm really happy I'm going to be able to see this car grow, like my friend with the Honda Fit at Chetazzato has done. His first event, he drove it stock, I think only with an exhaust? I don't remember. No, then he put on the exhaust for round 2. No, he put on the exhaust for round 1, I think. No. He did the exhaust, then he did the rear coilovers, and then second And then this round he had full coilovers front and back, and his car looks so good. Looks amazing. Um, I will probably link his Instagram or something in the description of the video. And yeah, it'll be a journey. I'm hopefully going to be competing with him quite a bit. And I'm excited to get some new tires and to do some of the things that the guy from out of town in the Focus RS was telling me. Um, he put some chalk on my tires and said these are the wear points, and there's that little line that goes from that cuts off from your sidewall to your, I don't know what you call it, just like the face of the tire. And he put chalk lines up there and said the if above the line isn't worn out, like if the chalk is still there, then you need to air out. But if the chalk below the line is worn out, then you need to air up. So my fronts were perfect. They were right on the wear line, which I thought was really cool to see. My rears probably could have been aired out more, but I said whatever, just leave it. So I'm gonna do that next event on my new tires, and I'm really excited to find a good PSI for Autocross. So I'm gonna have to bring chalk. And then find out what the car needs. So my plan for the Vitz is going to be just drive it on the rims and tires for this event, and then I'm going to probably over the winter put an exhaust on it. I might get an intake, we'll see. I'd like to get an intake, they sound cool. I have an Evo 8 Recaro. No, it's an Evo 6 Recaro. And so I need to get a seat bracket for that. I want to get a short shifter. I want to get a new steering wheel. I probably won't gut it or anything, but there are like those things that I just want to do generally for the car to, modify it and feel like I'm doing all of that stuff. So I want to do it with my own hands because I don't do that a lot. I want to be able to say like I modified this car. I've put on coilovers myself. I've put on the exhaust myself. I put in the seat into my Civic plenty of times, but and I put the shifter into my Acura, which is great. So I want to be able to say that I've done that, and I can feel the differences in autocross with the setup that I've done, and I have fun on the street with it as well. So that pretty much covers everything. Looking at the video, there's just a few little course specific things that I believe need to happen, and obviously the course changes every time. So I think I just need to pay more attention I need to pay more attention beforehand. Like I need to take more mental notes. I did an extra course walk after, we need to do 3 course walks before we actually run the course, and I did 4.5, I think, just to make sure I knew where I was going because I was a little bit confused. But at the end of the day, this course was so much fun and I really enjoyed it. Just sucks it was so hot. And I feel like I need to adapt faster, but that is, I think, a skill in itself. Just being able to get on pace quicker and being able to find the speed where you need it and then just kind of slowly work your way through. I didn't have a lot of time to watch my footage. I wish I did that more, so I was going to I was gonna watch my footage over lunch, and I watched a little bit, but I couldn't. I got busy, so um, I didn't have the opportunity. But oh well. So I'm gonna try watching more of my footage throughout the day and see where I would have lost speed and whatnot. Um, it's also gonna be interesting being in a right-hand drive car. So I want to try watching more footage. Finding what my that's like not important, but um, no, we'll have chalk there. We'll have chalk there. So I'm just gonna say use chalk. Figuring out how to race it. Um, that's another thing. I think the brakes on the Vitz RS are okay. They have disc on the back and then ventilated discs on the front, which is really cool. Um, but the WRX brakes suck. The brakes are really tiny. I find if I ever go for a drive, they get like they start shuddering once they heat up. And I know that's probably the same with most brakes, but I feel like it shouldn't happen as often as it does. So um, I had a lot of fun. Okay, yeah. So in conclusion, I had a lot of fun with this track. Probably my favorite layout that we've had so far this year. It was higher speed, more about, steering and carrying through with everything. I wish the box turn was a little bit wider, but everybody dealt with it, so it's fair. Um, it was a lot of fun. I definitely want to consider getting better tires. I think this is a day where I learned the difference between having really good tires. Now the WRX stock tires, they're not bad. They're 240 tread wear and like they're okay, but they could have been better, I believe. So getting like a more autocross oriented tire would be really great, which is what I did, and that will be fixed with the next event. I will not be losing speed. My only concern is not getting enough heat to the rear tires, but I don't think that's going to be much of a that's not going to be a I don't think that's going to be a big deal. Um, I feel like I dealt with the course really well. I'm really happy with getting third place in both categories. I'm hoping that I'm gonna do well in raw time next time. I think my pack score is gonna be bad because of my bigger tires, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna do as well as I can. Like it's just about getting faster yourself, and then obviously those times are compared with everybody else. So I want to feel like I'm running as fast as I can and getting faster every run. So I want to see a more gradual, like I want to see myself getting faster throughout the day because I didn't get much faster here after like first and second session were fine, but then I barely like I didn't break like any time here. Like I took off maybe like an eighth of a second throughout the entire day, maybe a second, but um, that's probably my main issue is that I didn't break through enough. I didn't take off as much time as I would have liked to, but that's just me personally, being a competitive person with myself and being a racer, swim racer, I guess. um, but I think these are good notes. I think these are good strategies for next event. I might change these a little bit before, like I'll think about them a little more outside of the video. I think this video is going to be really long. Yeah. So I'm going to think about these a little bit more and I will mention it in a little blurb before I race next time. I also want to take a video of, like, a couple videos of the Vits and my first drives with it before Autocross, and my impressions on the tires and the rim setup and everything like that, and just the process of getting it on the road. So I'm going to leave the notes here. I'll read through them more later once I actually get the car and can drive it, and I will probably make another video changing these. But for now, thank you for watching.